first thing I did after getting the ghost mask was summon my shadow soldiers to kidnap the school beauty. Then, we went wild playing ping pong in my room, because just seconds after I got the mask, she straight up stole it. But I wasn't even mad. I actually kind of wanted to laugh. See, the ghost mask can only be worn by someone else, but I get to copy the wearer's talents and abilities, and if they wear it for more than 24 hours, they become my servant, forever. The moment Lin Shi touched the mask, a dark, evil force wrapped around her instantly. It felt like she'd been swallowed by an endless void. Her eyes went completely blank. Voices echoed in her head and she couldn't shut them out. Pick it up, put it on. Lin Shi stared at the mask, eyes wide with shock. So this is why the treasure finder led me here. There's a top-tier golden artifact right here. If I put this on, I'll definitely pass tomorrow's trial. Thinking that, Lin Shi turned and looked at me. Sorry, Jung Yu-young. I'll make it up to you someday, I promise. She left those words behind, climbed out the window and was gone. I'd been faking sleep. Now I sat up. You feel guilty? Then spend the rest of your life paying it back. Nobody can resist the ghost mask's pull. I knew you'd put it on. 24 hours from now, your S-rank talent is mine. Meanwhile, Lin Shi was sprinting through the streets in a panic, gasping for breath. This was her first time stealing anything. She looked down at the ghost mask in her hands and couldn't help but smile. I'm going to push this mask to its absolute limit. That's the only way I can do it justice. Her eyes hardened with resolve. Dad, watch me. I am the best heir the Lin family has ever seen. The instant Lin Shi put on the mask, a terrifying power surged through me and exploded awake. At the same time, a robotic voice suddenly blared in my head. Congratulations, host, talent acquired. Shadow Corp's S-rank treasure hunter. Plus the power of General Niga. All physical stats have been enhanced. Ability unlocked, brief shadow jump. Reading through the talent description, I was already hyped for tomorrow's trial. Next morning, I showed up at the trial grounds early. I spotted Lin Shi in the crowd and smirked. Gotta give it to her, Lin the joke. Figured out the ghost mask in a single night. Once the mask goes on, it can never come off, but it lets the wearer change their appearance however they want. Looks like this girl knows exactly how to use that. Right then, a group of girls stormed over to Lin Shi. Leading them was Lin Shi's biggest rival. Well, if it isn't Lin the joke herself. Heard you awakened the most useless support talent ever. So sad. Want Big Sis to carry you through the trial? Lin Shi stared back completely deadpan. One word, scram. Hearing that, Jung Yiru's face went dark. A nobody like you telling me to scram? Death wish. Next second, she reached into thin air, and a gleaming silver spear materialized out of nowhere. Looks like I need to teach you how this world really works. Just as things were about to go down, a thunderous shout cut through everything. Director Hufeng came striding over. Stop. No private fights on academy grounds. Once you're inside the trial zone, go crazy. I won't stop you. Zhang Yiru reluctantly put her spear away and played nice. Yes, teacher Hu. But as she turned, she drew a finger across her throat at Lin Shi. Once we're in the trial zone, I'll make you regret this. I'm going to make it very clear to you. The strong rule this world, and the weak get stomped. A flash of killing intent crossed Lin Shi's eyes, but she said nothing. She just turned and walked away. Hufeng watched her go and sighed. What a waste. Treasure hunter talent, but refuses to team up. What a shame. Then, Hufeng cleared his throat and called out, Chu Wei awakened a combat-type talent. Don't celebrate yet. Awakening is just the first step. What really matters is the road ahead. The trial zone is now officially open. If you're confident in your strength, you can go solo. But you only get one life. The academy takes no responsibility if something goes wrong. Everyone quickly found their teammates. Except two people. Lin Shi with her treasure hunter talent, and me, the guy with no talent at all. Hufeng noticed. He frowned and walked over to me. You're Zhang Yuyoung, the talentless one? I nodded. Sir, I want to give it a shot. Hufeng looked me up and down. Have you awakened as a warrior yet? I shook my head quietly. Did you not hear what I just said? Hufeng's expression darkened. You're not a warrior. You haven't awakened a talent. And you want to enter the trial? Are you trying to die? The second he said that, the crowd started buzzing. A regular person trying to crash the trial zone? He's basically delivering himself as monster food. I didn't care what any of them said. Sir, I'm confident in myself. Please let me in. Honestly, I'd already made up my mind. No matter what this guy said, I was getting into that trial zone. That's the only place I can find beast cores, and one core is worth weeks of grinding. That kind of shortcut, I can't say no. Hufeng stared at me for a long moment. Finally, he gave up with a wave. Fine, do whatever you want. Every year there's someone like you, all reckless energy. I'll try to squeeze you into a squad. That's only if they'll take you, though. Whether you survive after that is entirely up to fate. I wanted to say no, but one look at Hufeng's face, and I swallowed it. If I pushed back now, he'd just find ways to block me. And if I couldn't even get in, that'd be the real loss. I just sorted out with the squad once we were inside. Simple. Not long after, the massive metal gates of the trial zone slowly opened. Hufeng gave one final warning. Once you're in, do not under any circumstances enter the forest's inner zone. Just hunt the beasts on the outermost ring. Only those beasts carry the electronic sensors. Once you make a kill, your silver ring will automatically record the score. First place in this trial wins a mystic rank beginner technique. The moment he said that, the whole crowd went dead silent for a second. Lin Xi's face flushed with excitement. I have to win that. My family only has one mystic rank technique, and my father treats it like a national treasure. I'm not even allowed to train with it. The Mystic rank announcement threw me off too. That's a genuinely rare top-tier prize. On this continent where strength is everything, beyond awakening talent, cultivation techniques are the foundation of power. They're ranked: mortal, spirit, mystic, earth, heaven, and divine. Regular students only ever get access to mortal rank. Even kids from elite families, mostly trained with mortal rank techniques. So dropping a mystic rank beginner technique as a prize, people would go all out for that. Hufeng looked out at the crowd's reactions and smiled. Good, everyone's locked in. Looks like you're all ready. Trial Messi begin. With that, squads moved out in formation and filed through the metal gates. Just as I was about to walk in, Hufeng called out, "Zhang Yuyang, get over here." My foot froze midair. I'd been trying to sneak in, while he wasn't looking. Plans never survive contact with reality. After a beat, I turned around. Hufeng pointed to a group nearby, 3 guys, 2 girls. They agreed to squad up with you. Go in with them. I looked over at them, opened my mouth, and let out a long sigh instead. I couldn't reject the squad right in front of Teacher Hu. I'd deal with it inside. Looking at the group, there was Hu Tingting, a top beauty of the school, same class as me. And then, Li Chaofan, the school's top guy at Tianwu Academy. Yesterday he awakened an F-rank attack talent and sent the whole school into a frenzy. Hard not to know who he is. The other 3 I didn't know. But what I didn't expect was that the second we entered the trial zone, this chubby kid Ye Jianying immediately tried to kick me out. Bro Chaofan, what do we do with this guy? We can't actually babysit a dead weight, can we? Another girl, Wang Yuji, jumped in immediately. Obviously, tell him to get lost. If it weren't for Ting Ting's uncle sticking his nose in, who would let a waste like this join? Listening to them, my expression slowly went cold. I was about to say something, but Hu Tingting cut them off sharply. Teacher Hu is my uncle no matter what. Keep this up and don't blame me for what happens next. She turned to me. Zhang Yuyang, you're staying in the squad. I'll make sure you're safe. It's none of their business. I looked at Hu Tingting genuinely surprised. Didn't expect the so-called Ice Queen to stand up for me like that. But I didn't need their help. So I shook my head. I'm good. I was planning to go solo anyway. And with that, I turned and walked in the opposite direction. Once I stepped into the forest, I could immediately feel the temperature drop hard. But with my blood key already at 13, it barely fazed me. Not long after, my silver ring let out a faint beeping sound. Signal, a beast is nearby. My eyes lit up. Back there with all those people around, I couldn't exactly summon the Shadow Core. Now's the perfect time to test what they can do. I followed the silver ring's signal, moving forward step by step. Within minutes, I spotted a massive crimson tiger. It was in the middle of feeding. Just as I was about to make my move, the system chimed in my head. Congratulations, host. Kill registered, dark value +1. It went off 5 times in a row before stopping. I blinked, confused. I literally didn't do anything yet. How did I register a kill? And I got 5 dark value points? What even is that? Before I could think it through, the beast let out an ear-splitting roar. Seeing that, I immediately summoned the Shadow Core. One by one, tall, dark figures rose slowly from the shadows. I pointed to one ninja. You, go spar with the Crimson Flame Tiger. The Shadow Ninja moved instantly. 3 blades hit the tiger square on the nose. While the beast roared in rage, the shadow leapt into the air and drove a katana straight into the tiger's neck. The tiger rolled hard trying to shake it. But somehow, the shadow had already blinked behind it. One slash, blood sprayed everywhere, and the blade absorbed every drop. I noticed something was off about this Shadow Core. They weren't what I remembered. Not only were they stronger, they could drain blood now. Every time the Crimson Flame Tiger tried to fight back, the shadow would dissolve into mist, then respawn from another shadow. The tiger couldn't touch it. In the end, the Shadow Ninja ran it through the throat. Next second, the system pinged. Kill confirmed. Dark value +1. My eyes lit up instantly. So killing creatures earns dark value. Then those 5 points earlier. Was that Lin Shi doing the killing? She's basically grinding points for me. I immediately opened the system. The daily check-in button had turned into a draw key. First draw cost 100 dark value points. I only had 6, meaning I still need to kill 94 more creatures. To unlock the first draw, I closed the system, walked up to the Crimson Flame Tiger, logged the kill on my silver ring, then cut open its stomach, and swallowed the beast core whole. Heat exploded through my body. I immediately ran my basic QI cultivation technique to channel the energy. 15 minutes later, I checked my silver ring. The blood key stat had gone from 13 to 14. I smiled.